Hello and welcome everyone to Binus University iTunes Contents with me, Thomas G. Satria. On now session, we're gonna talk about storyboarding and concept art, fundamental. Hey, let's get cracking. Storyboard. What is it? A storyboard is a graphic organizer in form of illustration or image displayed in sequence for the purpose of pre-visualizing a motion picture, animation, motion graphic, or interactive media sequence. The storyboarding process, in form it is known today, was developed at Disney Production during the early 1930s. After several years of similar processes being in use at Walt Disney and other animation studios. So, what was the benefit using storyboarding? One advantage of using storyboards is that it's allowed the user to experiment with changes in storyline to evoke stronger reaction and interest. Flashbacks, for instance, are often the result of sorting storyboards out of chronological order to help build suspense and interest. The other benefits are the process of visual thinking and planning allows a group of people to brainstorm together, placing their ideas on storyboard and then arranging the storyboard on the wall. Then these foster more ideas and generates consensus inside the groups. So the storyboard in a game was different between in let's say making a movie. As we know, storyboard is a series of sketches that indicates how a sequence of events should take place. But unlike film and video productions, games are not linear in nature. A storyboard in a game design will show a possible sequence of events. As you can see at these pictures over here, it shows when player wins a battle with the dragon, player sits on one of the hands of a dragon and indicates the player win, and the dragon shows the dragon's already dead over there. And if a player loses a battle with the dragon, it's like being stabbed by the dragon, and the player looks die there. So it shows different sequence depending on the user state. Some games have even more than two possible state. Maybe the players win, maybe the players die, maybe the players and the dragons gonna spare each other's life. It depends on player and depends on the game, rather than movie and film productions, which always gonna be linear. Talking about storyboard, we need to talk about the environment illustration, because it is what will be inside a storyboard. Here's the example. See, that is an environment fully loaded, as Americans would say. There's a characters in the middle. There's a statue of a dragon on the right side of the screen. And we knew that it looked like in a forest. There's a lot of trees, a lot of leaves, and you can't pretty much see beyond the trees because it's just full of trees. So what is environment illustration? Okay, environment illustration are full color sometimes, but not usually full color. The main thing is it's an illustration of a game environment as it will seen in a game. It helps the concept artists communicate to the development teams the feeling and the mood of an area. A concept artist should use care in choosing what areas are illustrated so that each one serve a vital purpose in the development of a game. A storyboarding is one of a time-consuming process in making either games and movies, either videos. So, to make an environment illustration, you need to choose what areas are illustrated so each one serves a vital purpose in the development of a game. You don't need to draw every single sequences in a game. It's really time consuming, as I'd say. And because you need to tell the mood of the area, you need to show, like the pictures previously we seen. It shows it in the jungle, so we knew what kind of characters it will be, what kind of animation it will do, and what kind of story it will take place. Next we got a character design. It's pretty much like environment illustration. Character design is a sketch of a character that will appear in a game. Every characters in a game. Okay, characters are people or created in a game. It was not supposed to be just people, but created. For example, a Pokemon is not people. Yes, the trainers and the master is a people, but the Pokemon itself is not. It's the creators. It's a monster, and it's also a character, and it's either controlled by player or by artificial intelligence. Every single characters, even the non-playable characters, or we could say the NPC in a game, we should make it design, and it depends on environment illustration, and depends on the story, and so depends on a storyboard, so we can put it in storyboard later on. When designing a character, you can design it as it need to be, or you can design it become more quite detailed. To make a detailed one, maybe you need a model sheet. It always be an orthographic like the pictures on the right side. The detailed drawing of characters of the object it is. Mostly include front and back view of characters, also include side and the top views. The model sheet is commonly used in a 3D as a blueprint. So the game designer, the character designer, design the characters and make it a model sheet so the animators and 3D modeler could make it and translate it into a 3D object, and later on can be used by the animators to make animation, and the animation later will be coded by a programmer, so the game designer could use it again and make an animation of the characters. I think that's pretty much for this session about fundamentals of storyboarding. Thank you for joining me. See you in the next session. Goodbye.